Okay, we are recording. So to the juicy bit here, I will introduce our presenter. So Eva was born and raised in Hong Kong, and she has been in Canada for 10 years. She is an active member in the US community and has won a couple champions in the local cook-off challenges held virtually during the pandemic. Eva is a mom of 2 young foodies, sometimes her sous chefs. To her, food is a symbol of happiness, so cooking is a way to create beautiful memories. She cooks mostly Hong Kong Chinese food at home, as she thinks this is a good way to let the younger generation know about the unique culture of her hometown. At every important festival, she makes festive food to teach her kids about traditional celebrations. And I'm going to turn it over to Eva, mute myself, but would you like me to start your presentation first?
Sure.
Yes, okay.
Sure, thank you.
Mute myself.
Yeah. So here we go. So first of all, thank you so much for having me today here. Well, I'm actually not an expert in cooking, but I just enjoy cooking, and I'm so into cooking. Like cooking makes me happy, and I think it's always a good thing if we can like exchange our culture and like tradition to our to people around us, and also in our community. So today we are introducing dumplings, which is like a very typical Chinese food, and actually it's all over the place. Like you can find it elsewhere now. But from the origin of dumplings are actually from China. Many years ago. So I will be sharing a bit of the story behind some history about that. Those are what I learned from like my mom and my grannies. So I'm not sure if it is authentic, but yeah, at least I Google it and did some research, and then it seems to be authentic. So yeah, bear with me if I'm not professional enough in explaining or in demonstrating. So yeah, but I'm so happy that I can share here. So. Okay, we can go to the next slide. Yeah, so about dumplings, talking about the history of dumplings, it was actually invented about 1800 years ago by a Chinese doctor, a very famous Chinese doctor at that time, who was the national chief of the Chinese medical team. He was on a trip in the winter, and then he noticed that people got a cold, and then what he did was to make some let me see, a lamb. He used some lamb meat to wrap some Chinese medicine in, like as part of the ingredients, and then wrap it like what we do with the dumpling wrappers, and then he handed those over to the people, and then they get like they all recovered from that cold. And so from then on, dumplings were officially invented. And then as a tradition, actually nowadays, people in some parts of China, especially in the north, they would still celebrate winter solstice and Lunar New Year with dumplings. And for like general people, like Chinese families, or like families in Hong Kong, usually we just eat that when we like to. But dumplings had a symbolic meaning for some Chinese families about being together, being united, and because the feelings that we put in dumplings vary a lot. Like you can put in anything. For example, in Chinese, for some of the words that might have a pronunciation that resembles some of the lucky things. Like I remember, like if you put fish inside, it's like it means you will have you will have a lot of money left behind for the next year. So this is like some kind of like blessings that they will have dumplings. And of course, like you can put in whatever you like in a dumpling actually. But traditional ones we usually put in veggies and some kind of meat. So today I will be demonstrating the cabbage and pork. So which is the like very traditional, very daily ones. So so about diversity, as what I've mentioned, like in many parts of the world now we can see different types of dumplings. For example, the Japanese one, and also Korean. I know they put in kimchi in their dumplings. So you will find a lot of variations. Yeah. So, and like for tradition and variations, like there have been a lot of different ways we cook dumplings, we make dumplings, and like we can cook them in soup, we can steam it, we can pan fry it, we can deep fry it, and I even try air fryer. Like I have an air fryer, so I tried using an air fryer to make crispy dumplings, and it worked really well. So yeah, if you want, you can try it, and it's pretty easy. You just pop them in and brush some oil, and then you have fried dumplings at home. So, and for about ingredients, like usually we put ground meat and veggies, but because like I think some people they prefer to have plant-based options, so sometimes I use veggies only, like veggies, mushrooms. And you can actually use plant-based meat, those kind of like Beyond Meat, like they have ground meat, and those are very handy. Like you just need to use them as they were made. So, and then you will be good to go. Like the texture, everything works fine. So yeah, this would be a very good choice for people who is vegan and who wants a plant-based diet. So, yeah, so let's get started. And I forgot to say that the pictures you see are actually some of my previous work that I've made. So the last one with like a rose one, like yeah, it was something I made actually with dumpling skin, and like it's a twist of a dumpling actually. It's a rose like one, and it is not that difficult. But yeah, I'm not able to demonstrate it today, maybe because I think we might not have time. But yeah, that one was made. I made it for Mother's Day. I think Mother's Day celebration with my mom. So, and you see the color is different because I use carrot. I put in carrot juice when I make the dumplings wrappers. So you can make a variety of different types. Yeah, we can go on to the ingredients. Like the last slide will be the ingredients. Yeah. So today I will be demonstrating the dumpling wrappers. Of course, you can buy them in the supermarket, TNT, or like Asian markets. They are easily available in Metro Vancouver. You won't have any difficulty finding them. But what I like with homemade ones is that you can control what you put in, and also the amount that you're going to use, because they are not good for a long time. Like if you buy a whole pack of those and you can't use them up, they can only sit in the fridge for maybe 2 or 3 more days, and then they will turn bad. So I love making my own. And then like what I've shown in the previous slide, like you can make different colors. Yeah, because if you replace the water or just add some different kind of juice inside, you can try spinach juice, carrot juice, beets. I try different colors. So you can try to make rainbow ones. Yes, and it would be fun for kids because they treat this dough as like a play dough. So it would be fun to make them all together. And then you can make them a few hours beforehand, or like overnight is usually okay if you can cover them with saran wrap. But usually I make them fresh because they taste much better. So for The ingredients we need for this is for about 12 to 16 dumplings, depending on the size you're making. 200 grams of all-purpose flour and warm water, 120 ml. So the it's just about the proportion. If you want to make more, you can just double it, or like it's like a 1 part of flour to 0.6 water. Yeah, and then a pinch of salt is hidden behind, but yeah, a pinch of salt. That is optional, but usually the texture will come out better with a pinch of salt. That is the magic thing. Like so, and for the fillings, we are using cabbage, carrots, ginger, ground meat. We use ground pork today, but you can use chicken, beef. Whatever you have, or like plant-based ones. And I put in Chinese mushrooms, which is optional, and salt, garlic powder, pepper for seasoning. So without further ado, let's go to the demonstration part. Thank you for helping me with the slides here. So I will, okay. Okay. So I have done some preparation here and to save some time. So let me begin with the wrappers. Yeah, for the wrappers, you just need to use like the ingredients I listed there, and then just make it into a dough, like a big one, of course, into a bowl, and then have it rest for about. Best would be for 1 hour. Just leave it behind, like leave it behind for 1 hour, because this would help for the gluten to develop, and the dough will be easier to work with. If you just make it into a dough and then just use it directly, it won't be so stretchy, and then you will, when you roll it out, you will find it it may break or it may not stretch so well. So this is the key point. So make sure you like mix the dough and then you put it covered. Like you can just use a bowl and then just mix it here and then just cover it in room temperature or in the fridge, doesn't matter. And after the rest, like after the taking the rest of like 30 minutes to 1 hour or even 2 hours as you like, and then you just roll it out, roll it up. You will be rolling a flat one. And then pick up any circle things, like circular things. It can be like mason jar, but actually mason jar isn't that perfect because it is not that sharp. If you don't mind, you can use a can, like when you open a can, wash it, save it, and that one is the most efficient because you don't have to twist a lot. But this one also works well. So, and it might be good for kids if they are helping. So just basically just imagine it is a rectangle or as a irregular shape. Just do the twist here and then take it out. So that's simple. This is one of the like easiest way to make wrappers. You may see some people, they use that old-fashioned one, which I'm not good at doing that, but I can demonstrate that. So bear with me if you are professional. Just yeah. Okay, so some people, they would just roll small balls like this and then tap it. And then they will be using the rolling pin and to roll it out. Like when people are very sophisticated in this, they do it like real fast. And then you will come up with a perfect circle, flat and even. But yeah, I am not mastering these things so well. So you see, it takes a lot of time for me to make a perfect one. So I will just do it like this. Yeah. Actually, you don't need to make it perfect in perfect shape. Yeah, and you can also make it into square if it is easier for you. Like you can use those pizza cutter. If you roll it into like a irregular shape, you just need to cut it. Still works, yeah, but like circle one may look better, or yeah. So just roll it flat. As long as it is even, then it will be good. If it is not even, try to shape it. It doesn't really matter. If it gets sticky here, usually with enough rest, it won't be too sticky. But if it is too sticky, just put in some flour, plain flour, any flour. Too much. Yeah, pat them. And then, right. Yeah. And then I will be introducing two wrapping methods that would give you. Oh no, I haven't shown you the fillings yet. Okay, so after you make the dumpling wrappers, just put it aside and cover it with a damp cloth, like or fabric, like the towel, like so that it won't get too dry. Just wet it a little bit and then. Okay, now fillings. Okay, so this is ground pork and some carrots. Yeah, just add them in, and then some cabbage. Just drop them. This is about 200 grams of cabbage, but it really doesn't matter as long as you prefer to use more or less. It's okay. It's up to you. And then some mushrooms. Chinese mushroom. You have to pre-soak it. Let it get soft, and then you can dice it. And like I just chopped the cabbage, but for the rest of the ingredients, I just put them in a food processor. Yeah, and it will be easy for you. And some ginger, minced ginger. You can skip that if you don't like ginger. And just give it a minute. Yep. And then just give it a mix. For the meat, I usually pre-season it before I mix it. So I put in soy sauce and some salt and some sugar. Yeah, but it's totally up to you. You can put in like add your own seasoning. And one trick you can try, like because you are not sure if this would taste good, right? Before you cook it, so you can just like after you mix them. Well, you can just like maybe get a small portion and then put it in a bowl and then microwave it, cook it first and taste it. If it's not tasting good enough, then you can add seasoning instead of like making a whole batch and then you find it like, oh, it's like it's not to your liking. So this is one trick. So just mix it and try to keep it as dry as possible. Let like for the fillings, you want to keep it as dry as possible, as like you want to get rid of all the juice, all the water, and just a little bit is okay, but not too much. Yeah. If you find it's really too wet here, you can put in a little bit of cornstarch, yeah, so that it absorbs the water. Okay, yeah. And oh, okay, let me show you something. So we will be doing two types. This is more like usually people would pan fry this one, like yeah. I'm not sure if you can see it. This one, and we will be also making this one. Usually this one is good for soup. Yeah. So let's get started. If you find that the wrapper is too thick for you to work on, just roll it a little wider, so a little bigger. Yeah, and then okay, we will get some water. Just get some water to make sure you can keep the thing sticking. Just plain water, yeah. And then here's my spoon. Yeah, grab a spoon, big or small, doesn't matter. And just, if you're new and you're scared, just don't put it too full. Yeah, just like this in a main circle. And then like this is a circle piece of wrapper. So just try to do it in the middle first. Right. And then on one side, just do the, oops, yeah. And then fold, and then fold, and then fold. It will come together like this. Okay, and the other side, just do the same. Do the fold here. It doesn't need to be perfect as long as it is not broken. Yeah, you seal all the okay, give it a picture crest here. You can always give it a better shape like this. So this is the type you usually use it for pan fry because of the shape thing. Right. And then okay, I will be doing one more for this one, and then we will go to the one for the soup. Okay, second one. Just try to grip the things in the middle, don't let it fall out. And then for the water, if you think it is not sticking, like it is not closing, then you just, oops, just use some water, tap, 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 and then like this. Keep it closed, and then fold again. Just gather the edge and then fold. Just do it slowly when you begin, and then just gently press it. So make sure it is sealed and then no holes there, so fillings won't come out when you're cooking it. Yeah, this is okay. Oh, okay, and then for the next one will be the circle one. Do we have any questions? Any questions? Am I going too fast? Yeah. Okay, so this is the one we cook in soup. Again, the same thing. Just put it in the middle, in the center, and then okay, this time we fold it like halfway, like half circle. Yeah, and then give it a press. Okay. Actually, you can do it like this. Yeah, it's still good. Yeah, as long as it is sealed. But like for that circle one, like here, just grab the end. Okay, like a smile, and then like this, close it here, press. So it will be round. This one is good for, I think, for Chinese New Year, Lunar New Year, that people said this looks like gold, like yun gold. Yeah. So, and then one more. Yeah. If you're more aggressive, you can put in more filling. Yeah. Like close it. Yeah. Just press. And your kids can do it. Like my 3-year-old can do this one. Like, yeah, just ask him to push it like this. Yeah, just seal it. It doesn't matter if it doesn't look perfect. It's really okay. So, and then turn it around like a smile, and then gently fold it. And then if these two don't come together, just give it some water and then press. So another one. Yeah. So you can see if you put more, then you'll get a bigger one. Yeah. This one is a small size and this one is a big one. Yeah. So that is the demonstration. So do you have any questions? If not, I will move on to show you how to cook them.
Eva, I just have a quick question. What happens if your dumpling wrapper breaks while you're in the middle of folding it up?
Then you can try to get some water and see if you can like moisten it and like gently fold it, fix the crack. But if it breaks too, like if the tear is too big, then it won't help. Maybe you can try using one more wrapper. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, practice makes perfect. But yeah. Okay, so I will cook this. How much time do we have? How much more time do we have?
You've got 25 minutes.
Okay, good. Okay. So I hope you can see. No, let me move my camera. Okay, so you can use a pot, or like me, like I use a pan. The reason why I'm using this one is that it gives the dumplings more space to flow around when you cook them, so they won't be sticking together. Oh, actually, I think I should be doing the fried one first, because this one takes some more time to get the stock boiled. So while we are waiting for the stock to get boiled, you can use chicken stock, your homemade stock, or even plain water, and then you can add your seasoning. Okay, while we are waiting for the water to get boiled, let's look at here first. Yeah, this is for the demonstration for the pan fry ones. Yeah. Oops. Okay. Yeah, so look at here. Yeah, we turn on the stove and then get some oil. This is a cast iron pan, but it gives a better crisp if you do the pan fry on a cast iron. But if you don't have a cast iron, you can just use a non-stick pan. Yeah, that will work, but just you may not get that crisp. Yeah, that easy. Yeah, just let the oil, a little bit of oil, and then let it get really, really hot before you put in anything.
Eva, is there a better oil to use, or does any oil work?
Any oil work.
Okay.
Any oil. Yeah. For Chinese cooking, we usually use vegetable oil, like how do I say? Vegetable oils. Yeah, peanut oil. Some people use peanut oil. Some people use corn oil or sunflower oil. Sunflower seed oil. Yeah. Or canola oil, if you don't mind. It is not the healthiest option. I usually cook with avocado oil, because avocado oil has higher boiling point, heating point, so it's good. I think I won't be using olive oil because of the heat, like the highest heating point, boiling point is not that good for pan fry, but.
I'm sorry if I missed this, but I'm curious, who taught you how to wrap?
My mom. Well, actually, my mom and my dad only did this one. Yeah, this is the only thing they did. But like, I love this one because for the pan fry thing, I think this doesn't work for the pan fry. I don't know, because like that's not we got in the restaurant. So I kind of like YouTube. A few years ago when I moved to Canada, 10 years ago when I moved to Canada, I have to rely on my own, and then like I think, okay, I can do it. Yeah. So why not? And then it looks difficult, but actually it's pretty easy, right? Yeah, you can see that like everyone can do it if you have the patience. Yeah. It is hot enough. Oh, this one is boiling. For boiling ones, it's actually very easy. You just need to dump it inside. But like, yeah, just add some salt. Yeah, because I'm not using any stock here, and I saved some of the liquid that I used to soak the Chinese mushroom. Yeah, usually we could keep those for the taste. So just add some here, and then you can add those gai fan, chicken stock powder, or those kind of things if you like. Yeah. Okay, for this one you have to wait until it really boils. Like, so look at that one first, and then we just put in the dumplings here. Just make sure it won't stick. Okay, that's all. So just let it fry for a while. Oh, actually, I only have 4 of these, yeah, but still, yeah, we can just do the demo. Oh.
Eva, do you have a favorite filling for your with dumplings?
For me, I love chicken, and I put in corn, like sweet corn. Yeah, chicken and sweet corn are my favorite. Because I think like cabbage, sometimes if you can't get good ones, the cabbage tends to be a little bitter, so I don't like that much. I'm not sure if you can find watercress here easily. Watercress, those are really good. Like if you put watercress with pork or chicken, pork or chicken.
I was just going to ask if you have a favorite place to buy your ingredients.
In New West, unfortunately, we don't have much options for Chinese things. So, and that's why I make my own dumpling wrappers, because we don't have an Asian supermarket here. But for other ingredients, I usually go to the farm market in the Royal City Center. Yeah, they have fresh stuff, just not meat. Yeah. For meat, there is a new butcher store in I forgot their name. I always forgot. Yeah. On 6th Street, I forgot their name. So once you get the crepes here, you can look at this one. So you can get the crepes here, like a little golden here, and then you can just flip it. Oops, you can see it. Yeah. So you can see it turns golden. Yeah. So, and it is not cooked yet because we have raw meat inside. So, and you can tell that the skin isn't turning transparent yet. So it's not yet done, but just pour in some water. Best would be hot water, yeah, boiling water, and then cover it and turn down the heat, and then let it cook for a while. Well, for this one, it's boiling, so we can put our dumplings in and just give it a stir so that it won't stick at the bottom. I'm not sure if you can see anything here.
I am just going to put into the chat for everyone the seasonal guide from the Hua Foundation. It is a wonderful shopping guide for different ingredients for all sorts of different recipes, and it's based on Chinatown's green grocers. So it's really neat. So let me give that to everyone.
Wow. Ooh, I will check this out.
It is multilingual too, which is really neat.
Well, being multilingual is so important in Vancouver, like in the Lower Mainland, because like we have, I think I read an article. We have two-thirds of people here in BC that speak different language than English or French here in the whole British Columbia. So being multilingual, like giving the multilingual support is so important. Yeah. If it is not frozen ones, yeah, for this kind of dumplings, you can make a whole batch and then you can just put it in the freezer. Yeah, it's good for like forever, actually. Yeah, for forever. But yeah, when you cook, if you are cooking frozen ones, then you don't have to defrost it. Like you don't have to leave it out before you want to cook. You just need to dump it as what we are doing, but just let it cook for a longer time. One trick for having really good dumplings in soup is that once you see that they are floating up, it's not done yet, but pour some cold water into the pot and let it cool down.
Is that just a faster way to stop the cooking?
No, so this is one way to make sure it cooks thoroughly and without breaking the skin. Like if you just let it boil for forever until it is cold, then the skin, like the wrappers, may break or may become very mushy. Yeah, so this is one way to like cool it down for a while and let it cook inside because we have meat inside. Yeah, if you are making non-meat ones, like plant-based ones, then pretty much maybe three or 4 minutes, it will be good to go. For this one, let it boil for the second time. Like if you see the bubbles coming up again, then it will be good. Okay, then we can check. I put in too much water.
And Eva, when you cook dumplings, do you serve it with anything else, or you just do the dumplings as the main meal?
Oh, we can eat them as a main meal, but usually we make, like for the dumplings as dumpling wrappers recipe I just shared. You can actually make noodles with it. Like if you roll it flat and then you cut it like strips, then you can cook it as noodles. So you will have noodles, and usually we put in some veggies, extra veggies, and then dumplings, and it will be food dinner, full meal. I think for this one is cooked. So for okay, this one is boiled too. Ideally, for these fried ones, I shouldn't be putting so much water, because ideally after cooking there should be no water left behind to do it well this time. But so, okay. Usually for pan-fried ones, we serve it with soy sauce or chili if you want something spicy. This is good to go. And for this one, we do go. The second time it flows up, it's cooked, fully cooked. Get some soup here. Okay. And if you have like green onions, then you can do some garnishing here. Where should I Right. Okay. Oh. Okay. So this is what we have made for pan-fried ones and also for the dumplings in soup. Yeah. I hope you like it. So any questions? Okay, 10 more minutes. Any questions?
I want to ask when you are storing the dumplings into the fridge, I had problem before, like they stick together. Like, what is your tips on storing them?
You mean the dumplings, not the dumplings wrappers, right?
Yeah, like after I make that and then I try to store that in the fridge,
Yeah.
and when they stick together.
One important step is to get them freeze first. Yeah, always freeze them first because like it will keep them in shape. So it's always good to keep them frozen rather than keep it in the fridge. But in case you really want to keep it in the fridge, make sure you put spread enough flour, cover all like the whole dumpling is covered with flour, then pat it with flour, and then the next day when you're cooking it, before you cook it, just shed off those extra flour. Yeah, but yeah, it's much better and much easier to control if you put it in the freezer, actually. Yeah.
Okay, and then I want to ask, have you made wonton?
Oh yeah.
How are they different? How are wonton and
wonton is the skin is different. Like for this dumplings gaozi is like white skin, like we are using white wrappers. But for wonton it's yellowish. Yeah, you can tell it's yellowish because the wonton wrappers they put in, oh, I don't know what's that ingredient called, 鹼水. They put in 鹼水. What is 鹼水? Alkaline water. I don't know the correct name of that, but because they put in that alkaline water, yeah, so it turns yellow, and then usually they put in eggs there. Yeah, for the wonton wrappers. But you can, when you go to the store, you can grab wonton wrappers and just do the same thing. But it's even easier if you do wonton, because for wonton, like I can show it to you. Like I remember the old days when I watched people make it in the store in Hong Kong, like they just need to put stuff here and then just grab it like this, and then like, but of course they do a better job, but it's like they just need to grab it and then it becomes wrapped. So yeah, I haven't mastered that part yet, because usually if I really want to make wonton, I will just make it like this, like what we are doing here, so, to place it.
Oh, okay.
So but for wonton, you will be using shrimp. At the time, shrimp. Yeah, I think you can get wonton wrappers in TNT too. So wonton,
yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah, basically they are the same thing. Yeah, it's just different kinds of ingredients you put in.
Okay, thank you.
No problem. Yeah. So any more questions? I hope I'm clear, because I'm like rushing here and there, and this is my first time doing this thing, so it looks like it's fun for me, but I'm not sure if it is good to you all. So yeah.
No, it's great. Yeah, I think the worst part of this program is that we can't eat what you made. That's the only bad part.
One day.
I'm hungry now.
Yeah, one day.
Yeah, we have some nice comments on the side here. It says, Jacob says it looks delicious, and this was great. Thank you. Yeah, it was. I learned a few things as well. Now we have to go buy ingredients and try it ourselves. Yes.
Yeah,
for
it's
sure.
it's really a fun thing to do. Like especially if you have young kids, yeah, they can be helping you with making the dumpling wrappers, and they can help you mix the ingredients. If they are good with like chopping, then they can do some chopping. Yeah, it's really nice for them to kill time too. Yeah, they can enjoy it for the whole afternoon to do that. Yeah, I just use a food processor this time because it's easier. But I choose not to use a food processor for my cabbage because I want to bite. I want that like different shapes, like different sizes to be kept there.
Right.
It gives you a better texture. Yeah.
Thanks
Ooh.
for the great cooking lesson and cooking tips, Gail says. Can I send people the ingredient list?
Sure, it's not
Okay.
too complete, but yeah, sure, yeah, because I didn't put in for the fillings. It's really optional. Like you just like basically it's just like for the main ingredients it would be like a fist size, like 一個拳頭, yeah, a fist size for each, like one part of pork, one part of chopped veggies, and then carrots, etc. Optional, yeah, totally optional.
Right.
And feel free to play with those ingredients that you like, especially like if you have a certain ingredients that you love most, just put them in. Yeah. And I have tried it with tofu before, like for a vegetarian. So I try with tofu, but the thing is that you have to press the tofu really hard beforehand. Like you have to put something heavy to squeeze all the water out. Yeah, if not, your dumplings will break when you cook. Yeah, but it's a good option if you want something meatless, something healthy.
Is there anyone?
I usually use leftover from yesterday cookings, and I just mix it, and then it will be good to go. Like it becomes new. So yeah,
That's smart. I'm curious if anyone on the Zoom here makes dumplings and if they have any tricks or information that they would like to share.
yeah, let's share.
Anybody have any personal tips or tricks, or is everyone learning maybe?
I've made pierogies, which are like a Ukrainian dumpling. And I do blueberry pierogies, and they're very good. I love those. I always do dessert pierogies. I love savory food is good, but I always love dessert. So that's something that I've always recommended people is try adding sweet things instead of savory things every now and then and making like a dessert dumpling, because you can make some really, really delicious things. I've seen people make pot stickers, but they did it with apples and cinnamon in it, and that looked really, really good.
Cool. That's a cool thing.
What do you put with the blueberries, Jacob?
Oh, depends. I've done blueberries and sour cream, but like a sour cream with a little bit of like sugar into it. I've also done blueberries with cheese and like cottage cheese, like very like plain cheese. It can't be, you don't want the super salty stuff. You want stuff that you can make a little bit sweeter. And then sometimes I'll do blueberries with just a little bit of cornstarch to help thicken it up, and just the blueberries itself, and it gives it a really nice blueberry juice. But that's how I enjoy it.
Yeah, I think dumplings are a little bit like bread.
Mm-hmm.
Every sort of ethnicity, every country, like they seem to have some version of it. So that's kind of neat.
Yeah,
for sure. Are there any more questions before we head off to eat our own dinners or make our own dinners? Just want to check one more time.
I wonder if your organization has held any like in-person community kitchen before?
So this, do you mean the museum or Family Services of Greater Vancouver?
I don't know, like because I've been to parenting classes before, and then there was some community kitchen that happens in New West and Burnaby. And like the reason why I registered for today's session was because I missed those community kitchen, like because at that time I learned a lot of things. And so that's why today I'm interested, and yeah, I'm really happy that I can learn how to make dumplings. But I wonder, like in the future, if no more pandemic, will like this kind of community kitchen happens again?
So maybe we can both answer. So on the museum side of things, so the City of New Westminster, this program series, the Culinary Heritage Series, it started out actually during the pandemic, which is really interesting and has brought people together. But we do have facilities where we have access to kitchens. And so I'm hoping that we can turn this into an in-person program. So it won't be in the fall, but hopefully after Christmas. So keep an eye out for that. And then maybe Eva, do you have for Family Services of Greater Vancouver any information around that?
I think like I'm only a participant. I usually just participate in those programs. But as far as I know, they are running it on Zoom at the moment. And the next round will be starting in September for the one I know in the West. And I don't think they are resuming in-person cooking yet. Yeah, for the coming session. But yeah, I might be wrong. But yeah, as far as I know. Yeah, we are doing it on Zoom for now.
So I guess the answer is yes, but we have to be patient still. It's hard.
It won't happen until we move on to stage 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is September, like beginning of September. But yeah. And because usually for the one in New West, they use the kitchen in the Kakai Elementary, which is like quite difficult to get in now if it is still having so much COVID-19 protocols in place.
Right. We will get there. I can't wait to do this for people in person. Yeah.
I enjoy those a lot. Yeah, we usually meet a lot of friends, like cooking folks, and learn a lot from each other.
Wonderful. You got a couple more comments and then maybe we'll say goodnight. From Miki, Mom used to buy the small square wonton wrappers and make us cut the corners off to make circles for gyoza. And then thank you, Eva. Inspired to make my own wrappers. And then a thank you from Peggy.
You can use square ones.
Yeah.
Actually, it still works. I'm trying to make it a square one. Like if it is a square, imagine if it is a square, you can still do the wrapping. It's just like this, and then you can, like with that smile thing, just twist it. It's just like the same. Doesn't really matter. No one can tell. Yeah. Yeah. I think when I grew up in Hong Kong, for this kind of wrappers, they comes in square, like more common in square too. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, big thank you from the museum as well. This is very fun.
Thank you.
I'm very hungry and I appreciate your your enthusiasm, but also sharing the personal experience that goes along with this for you is really neat.
Yeah.
Thank you from Sandy as well.
Oh, is that Sandra?
Yes.
Sandy, are you Sandra? Are you Sandra?
Yes, thumbs up.
Oh yeah, she is one of the active participants in community kitchen.
Oh, wonderful.
Hi. Yeah.
Okay, it is 7:01. We are going to let everybody go. Thank you so much for joining us and big round of applause for Eva. Thank you.
Thank you.